Buenas noches a todos. Muchas gracias por estar aquí. Voy a seguir en inglés porque muchos de los asistentes seguramente no hablan español. Good night, everybody. Thank you for being here with us. It's amazing to be back in this room just 6 months after Margarita played here for us. They gave their first concert for Casa de España. And it's been a year since Ignacio gave a recital to Casa de España as well, a solo recital. We love these guys, we love them, and we hope they can play many more times for us. Okay. Tonight is really very special for Casa de España. Having a duo from Spain play for us in San Antonio in Texas and playing music from Spanish composers is really mind-blowing. I'm positive you will be delighted by the music from Daniel and Ignacio. It is really a unique event for us. For those who do not know Casa de España, we are a non-profit organization run by volunteers. We are like 40, 50 years old, and we organize events related to Spain. We organize not only concerts, but also outings or talks, movies. For example, we have a gala dinner in October 25 at Solterra, and there we will have as well music from Spain. We'll have a guitarist playing for us, and dancing, of course, in the gala dinner. If you want more information about Casa de España, please go to our webpage. It's casadespañasanantonio.org there. I want to thank Mexico-American Spain organization. They allow us to use this amazing auditorium. It's really great, and in particular I want to thank Dania Abreu of Trinity University. This is really a great place to listen to music, you will see. And of course I want to thank HEB as well. HEB funds part of our activities. So it's very nice that they do that for us. I want to thank Casa de España members because they also fund these concerts that are free concerts and free activities, and the board that makes these activities possible. Now I'm going to read a few words about Ignacio and Daniel. I know you're impatient to listen to them, but let me read something about short part of their bios. If I read the full bio, we will be here for a couple of hours reading. So, about Ignacio Gallego, the Spanish-American cellist Ignacio Gallego Fernandez has an active performance career that has taken him around the world, from Europe to Asia and the Americas. As a select scholarship recipient from the Spanish government, Ignacio received his Bachelor of Arts from the Manhattan School of Music in New York, as a student of Nathaniel Rosen and Marion Feldman. After receiving a scholarship to Indiana University, Bloomington's Jacobs School of Music, Mr. Gallego completed his Master's of Music degree, where he was a disciple of Janos Starker and a member of the prestigious Kuttner Quartet. Recent career highlights include solo appearances with the National Orchestra of El Salvador, which culminated in a solo recital at the National Museum of Art, and solo performances with the Youth Orchestra of the Americas Tour of China. Ignacio has also performed several times at the Carnegie Hall, including a solo performance as part of the 100th year celebration of the Hispanic Society of America. Ignacio resides in San Antonio, Texas, where he is a founding member of Margarita, and he serves as the education director for the ensemble. Now about Daniel del Pino. He is one of the leading Spanish concert pianists in the international scene. He has performed on all 5 continents. His performances have been heard in the most prestigious venues of all over Europe, in Morocco, Tunisia, all over the Middle East, Gabon, India, Kazakhstan, many more that I'm not going to read. And of course the USA, Carnegie Hall, New York. He has been a soloist with many orchestras, and I'm only reading 1/10 or 1/20 of them, like the Sinfónica of Spanish Radio Televisión Española, Clásica de España, Sevilla, Córdoba, Valencia, Galicia, Málaga, Chamber Orchestra Reina Sofía, Meadows, etc. He's a frequent guest at numerous festivals worldwide, He was born in Lebanon in 1972 of Spanish parents and started his piano studies in Morocco, in Rabat. Then he continued at the Real Conservatorio Superior de Música of Madrid, Yale University, Southern Methodist University. His teachers were Marisa Villalba, Julián López Jiménez, Peter Frankel, and Joaquina Chúcarro. He was a piano professor at the Toledo Conservatory in Spain. His performances have been broadcasted on many TVs, and he has recorded several CDs. The last one he recorded is called Gypsy Inspiration, with flutist Vicente Morello for Eudora Records. Since 2010, he serves as artistic director of the concert series Cita con los Clásicos in Guadarrama, and from 2014 also for the festival that is organized by Sierra Musical around Madrid. He is now the Eva Browning Artist in Residence and Associate Professor of Piano at Texas Tech University. So with this, please help me welcome Ignacio and Daniel.
Muchas gracias por la invitación de Casa de España. Thank you so much for the invitation from Casa de España for us to be here today. This is the first time Daniel and I collaborate musically, and it's been such a pleasure to work together and get to know each other. The program today is inspired by Spanish folklore and Spanish folklore through history. This very first piece that you just heard is by Luigi Boccherini, who was an Italian composer by birth that worked in Madrid in the 1770, around that time of, basically lived at the end of the classical era and was very familiar with the music of Mozart and Haydn. But this music still incorporates some of the folkloric music that we hear from back hundreds and hundreds of years of traditions from the Moorish all the way to today. And also traditions from the north who are more Anglo, like the bagpipe, for example, la gaita, which is an instrument from northern Spain, which you can hear a little bit in this piece when you hear me play sometimes two notes at once, but one is not moving and the other one is doing something, an embellishment on top. So that's a very typical of a northern instrument that is very similar to the bagpipe. The next piece in the program is by, so we are taking you through a journey, as I said, historical journey of folklore, but not in a chronological order. We're gonna play for you the newest piece in the program by Laura Vega, titled De un lejano amor. She composed this in 2012, and this is a US premiere. So we're gonna hear this for the first time in a concert hall tonight. And this piece is a very melancholic in flavor. And she captures beautifully a little bit of the life that you might have in somewhere like the Canary Islands, which is where she's from. The weather there is very, my sister lives there and she tells me that every summer is extremely foggy all the time. And I think there is a lack of shape sometimes in her music that kind of embraces that atmosphere. So very atmospheric piece for sure. So De un lejano amor by Laura Vega.
much. Good evening. So it's a real pleasure for me to be sharing the stage with Ignacio. It was a great discovery of partnership that we thank Sydney for creating this. So I'm very thankful. And the following piece I'm going to perform is Falla's Danza Ritual del Fuego, the ritual dance of the fire, from his Amor Brujo. And it's basically, to shorten up the story, is a widow that has the husband that passed away haunting her and harassing her, and she wants to get rid of the ghost that is haunting her, and so she calls for the fire spirits to try to prevent him to keep haunting her. So I hope that you will enjoy it. It's a very fiery and fierce piece, and a fiercey piece, so I hope you will like it. Thank you.
next piece on the program is part of why this program was conceived. It's the 7 songs, popular songs by Manuel de Falla. There are 7 songs that are basically postcards of all the dances that are typical from different regions in Spain. They're originally for voice, but us string instruments have taken them into our own hands and made them basically part of our repertoire. And the use of the cello for being a string instrument in these pieces are also quite unusual, because we are going to try to be imitating the guitar. So a singer can do that, or maybe they can, but the cello does definitely have tendencies to try to imitate that instrument, and it works quite beautifully. So please enjoy these 7 songs. staying in Spain, but we'll be back. We're going to Piazzolla in Argentina, who basically took the same concept that you've heard all night and made it into its own. And Le Gran Tango is one of those pieces that kind of has a little bit of everything. And it's a really fun piece to play, and I think it's a really fun piece to also listen to. So this is Le Gran Tango, composed for Mitislav Rostropovich and Martha Argerich. And even though they did not premiere it, it's become one of the most important pieces of the cello and piano repertoire. So, thank you. Thank you. We are finishing the program tonight with a piece by Gaspar Casado, which, like Boccherini, the first piece in the program, he was a virtuoso cellist. Gaspar Casado was from Catalonia and was one of the best students of Pablo Casals, and he was himself a great composer too, and wrote many, many pieces, especially for the cello. And we wanted it to sandwich those two composers because they both were in a way very, very important musicians and composers for our instrument, but also for the history of Spain. And since the theme tonight is a little bit of Spain, or mostly Spain, we wanted to end it with requiebros, which is, requiebros is an old word in a way, because it's not something we used often in Spanish, but it means to give somebody a compliment. And un piropo, yes, un elogio. And the piece is basically one of those most flirtatious combinations of music between two instruments. So you'll see a little bit the spirit of the piece once you hear it. So thank you so much for having us. Thank you to Casa de España for making this happen, and we can't wait to play more concerts together in the future. So thanks.